Thank you. Members, we've had a long day of debate, and I want to rehash anything. I do want to make a few comments and just one question I want to linger out there. And I ask, when we're talking about education savings accounts or vouchers, any other permutation of transferring public dollars to private institutions, I ask, are we doing this for the students, or are we doing it for the parents?
Senator Johnson, hold on. Yeah, is this a closing statement?
You're speaking on the bill.
You're speaking on the bill.
Statement on the bill, yes, I'm speaking.
Yeah, not
on the
asking
bill.
questions.
Correct.
So,
but I'm posing a question for us all to continue to think about. I'm not asking
okay,
questions.
Well, you were looking at him like you had a question, so continue.
Sorry, I'll look at this side. I do think we need to consider, are we really doing this for the students? Because if this were about the students, if it were about student achievement, the coupons, the vouchers, the savings accounts would be aimed at the very children who are failing. We would make it possible for kids with failing grades to go to private schools to see if the private schools can bring them back up. Because we all know poor kids with good grades and rich kids with bad grades. We know that parental motivation and other circumstances can affect the kid. It's not really by zip code. It's not really by school. If we're trying to help kids, and you think that the private school system is going to lift the kids up, why don't we tailor them to just those kids? Because if we're talking about district-wide or community-wide, we already have ways to address this. We already see school districts around the state changing. In my home county of Dallas, Dallas ISD has implemented some state-leading and controversial reforms, and we're observing them empirically. School districts can change, and frankly, they must change. Society changes, our needs change, and our kids are not getting to where they need to be. We all agree on that. So our school districts are changing. They need to change. We do have a charter school system, which again is the subject of much controversy, but they are also laboratories. And those mechanisms can work together. The changes in the public schools that we have guided partly through the basic allotment in HB3 from 2019, the cooperation with the charter schools properly administered, the community schools program, which I think should be advanced further. If we're really helping whole communities, those are the ways we need to do it. If you really want to help individual kids, this voucher program should look much, much different. But I think really what's taken over is this obsession with parental choice, as if some subset of the population gets to make the choice about what to do with everybody's tax dollars. And I don't think that's right. So I think it is the wrong direction. I don't think it is sufficiently well tailored to the needs of individual students. And I think it abandons the real serious work that we should be doing with our existing revered public institutions that are part of our Constitution, that we've relied on for so long, and that we're going to have to continue to rely on. I don't think we should take our eye off the ball. I don't think we should abandon whole communities and just allow the escape of a few kids, because that's really what we're doing here. Let's get back to the things that work for our state and not try these programs that have proven elsewhere not to work. So the last thing I want to make a comment on is there's been much discussion about whether or not vouchers work. And for a very long time, we have seen study after study after study that show either middling nada results or bad results. And today, Senator Creighton, you brought us a study, and I like studies, that says out of 187 studies examined, 165 of them, I think those are the numbers, show good results. Well, some people have looked at that study today, and what we've learned about it is those studies were done by groups that advocate vouchers. The studies that found that they don't work very well are done by independent, peer-reviewed efforts by universities. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect. Also, even in the studies that were cited today by that report, it shows that most recently, when you're looking at large states taking on an ESA program, the results are bad. The good results go back to 2011 and little tiny experimental projects. So if we want to do this, why don't we do a little tiny experimental project that passes out coupons or vouchers or education savings accounts to the kids who really, really are struggling in the public school system, if you want to get them out quickly. And let's not ignore the evidence and tell ourselves that this is going to work, because I don't think it is.